Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of the Pigskin Panel. We are back with our weekly episode, and today I'm super excited because it is our mock draft day. The boys are in town, just like the song. The boys are back in town. But as always, I have my co-host with me, my brothers, Mr. Mikey Sharp on the bottom of me, Mike Sharp 11. We have to the right of him, Mr. Cody McGuire, the Flock Gang, and then representing the sunny state of Florida down in Miami, we have my man Joel Braga, Jay Braggs, 35. How's it going today, fellas? How are you guys feeling?
Ready to
Doing
move?
good.
Love it, love it, love it. And before we go on again, we always like to address our fans in the comment section, our fans giving us support throughout the time that we've been a podcast. So definitely want to make sure we give you guys your shout outs. We love and appreciate every single one of you always hopping on, giving us some love, some shares and everything like that. We got my man Brandon DeLima saying, looking dapper, sir. Well, thank you, Mr. DeLima. It's draft day, baby. GM Lavi is in the place to be. For those who are listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, your boy AJ is rocking a nice little blazer with a little V-neck shirt. I'm ready to do some big drafting today. But yeah, for all those that are just joining us for the first time, we are the Pigskin Panel. We're four best friends here that just love the game of football. And instead of just kind of having our conversations between closed doors, we want to open it up to everybody out there just to hear how we talk about football, maybe the debates that we have. Through our friends group here, we know kind of the debates that my man Cody McGuire and Joe Braga gets about some players in the NFL. We'll leave those undiscussed, but you guys will basically hear them in the season. It's good conversation, it's good banter, and we just want to make sure that we open it out to all of our football fans out there watching. So if you're definitely a football fan, you definitely want to hit subscribe. You don't want to miss any of our episodes. If you're a podcast listener, you definitely want to hit us up on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and make sure you download our podcast at the Pigskin Panel. Of course, follow us on all of our social media platforms. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, of course, YouTube platform here, and Spotify, Apple Podcasts, especially because we want to get some more interaction with our fans. So definitely hit us up on Twitter. More specifically, I know Cody, he mans that account. So definitely interact with him, talk some shit about his Ravens. You'll get under his skin a little bit there too as well. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to, always again, just relay a little bit about yourself there for our new listeners. So we start off with Sharpie.
Wait, what would you say?
Just for our new listeners that might be just tuning in for the first time, just a little bit more about yourself. Just a quick little, who are you, your favorite team, and then we move on to Cody and then Joel.
My bad. I was just in the aura of your introduction there. I got distracted. But yeah, for any new listeners out there, I like to say I'm a pretty realistic Cowboys fan. Not many out there, not enough out there. But yeah, I just love football, love talking about football, and always love the old debate the odd time. So stay tuned.
Yeah, definitely. And Mike, if for all you guys are showing, he likes to drink a little beverages now and then too on the show. Mike, what are you drinking today for the fans?
Today we're supporting like real local. We got Homecoming from Powerhouse, which is a London brewery, not 6.8. So any of the listeners last time, don't worry, it won't be that bad.
If you missed last time what Mike is talking about, check it out right here.
Tonight we're hitting her hard. We're hitting her hard with a little bit of juice caboose. And if you get on the percentage, 6.8%.
Yikes.
Yeah, there's going to be some nonsense. There's going to be some absolute nonsense.
1 hour later.
This legendary running back is known for his dominating smash mouth run game and is currently now more known in today's era by his award, which is given to the NFL player that gives back to the community through volunteer and charity work. Who is this running back? Boom. Questions up. Boom. And
damn it.
The bus. Oh, the bus.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
What?
I thought you meant he won the award.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Oh man, Sharpie, that is some good.
Just got to bring it up every episode.
Yeah. The boss.
That is not my proudest moment. I'll say that. Wow.
So now you understand our inside joke of 6.8. So definitely we have to make sure that Mike is under that limit. What a hilarious episode. If you do want to check out that episode, definitely recheck our episode about Sam Darnold getting traded to the Panthers. It's called Sam Darnold.
Or don't if you really don't want to.
It was a great episode. We and that part of our segment is one of our trivial games called Guess That, and then that was our running back edition. So definitely go check out that on the last podcast episode there. But we're definitely interested to see maybe some crazy picks comes from Mike in our mock draft coming up pretty soon here. But Cody, man, give the fans a little bit about yourself, my man.
Before we move on from Sharp, I think we got to at least give him some credit in the fact that somehow he did win the trivia game. But so yeah, definitely tune into that. But yeah, I'm a Ravens fan. My name's Cody, big Lamar Jackson guy. You guys know that. You'll find that out as the show continues. And go Ravens.
That's what I'm talking about. Flock gang in the building. And then my man, Mr. Joel Braga, representing the sunny shining state of Florida and Miami. Let the fans know about yourself, man.
My name's Joel. Big Dolphins fan ever since I was young. Looking forward to the 2 years. Hopeful 2 years. Yeah, just kicking it, watching football every Sunday, Monday, Thursday. Me and these guys have been chatting football for so long that we just decided to toss her up on an old potty.
Love it. And potty as Poddy, not Potty, just for anybody that's. But before we move on to the mock draft, you get a little bit of us. I guess for me, for all our fans here, my name is AJ Lavender. We're all actually from London, Ontario. I'm actually now moved to the States, but my favorite team is the Denver Broncos. Born and raised a Bronco fan. Mile high salute to everybody that's there. Terrell Davis. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Just love the team, fell in love with the team, and hopefully we can get back onto the winning ways that our historic franchise is known to be. But now before we go into the whole mock draft that we have planned out for tonight. Some breaking news did happen in the NFL that definitely we have to take coverage of. A great player, a great career. For anybody that's a New England Patriots fan, Julian Edleman has announced that he has retired from the NFL after failing his physical. And I just want to kind of just go around and get your gut reaction on it. Were you guys expecting this? Were you expecting him now to come back? Or I know it's passing his physical with this whole PED situation that's happening. Could that have been and contest to that too as well? I just know that he was a great player. And there would be another question that after I want to get everybody's gut reaction I want to ask you after. But yeah, Mike, man, what's your gut reaction on this whole Julian Edelman retirement?
I think it was kind of like writing on the wall. Like, I feel like they expected this to happen, and I don't want to say they forced him into it, but they probably said, like, I mean, if you're thinking about it, we're kind of, we're going to give you a little push that way too. Because, I mean, he's had some really injury-plagued years the last few years. And then he's done what he needed to do. He's had a good career. I mean, if it's going to be health-related at this point, just hang him up. Like NFL is not an easy sport to have a long career in. So if you think you've done what you could and now's the time, then now's the time and good on him.
100%. Cody, man, what do you think about it?
Yeah, if he can't continue, like if he doesn't want to play at the level that he knows he can play at, guy's got 3 Super Bowls, the Super Bowl MVP. There's not really much reason to keep playing, right? If you can't do it at a high level, especially somebody as competitive as Julian Edelman too. We've seen some of the stuff he's done over the years, and he likes to win, right? So especially, and that's the other thing too, if the Patriots aren't going in a direction that he thinks that they can actually win, he's so competitive that he probably maybe doesn't even want to continue if he knows he can't contribute on a non-competitive team. So it makes sense for him to retire. And we saw what happened with Gronk. So who knows, maybe he could even come back, but probably not. And he had a great career either way. So
100%, and that's what a lot of people say. Julian Edelman's a football player. You know what I mean? Like, he came in being a college quarterback, getting drafted in the 7th round, playing cornerback, punt return now, and then transition to wide receiver. So he's just not just your normal run of the mill wide receiver, man. This guy's a football player. He loves being on the field no matter what. But yeah, Joel, what do you think, man?
Yeah, what a heck of a football player he is. That's absolute facts. I figured maybe that it had the potential of that happening with them getting Nelson Aguilar and Bourne, that maybe that wide receiver room was getting a little bit thicker than what you'd imagine. Patriots usually don't spend money in free agency, especially on key positions like wide receiver. You don't see it too often. So that alone, maybe the writing was on the wall, like Sharp said. Gronkowski said today that there's a 69% chance that he could be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. So,
of course, Gronk had to say that.
Of course.
So you never know, right? Maybe he gets healthy enough to pass a physical. Maybe week 7, week 8, week 9, somewhere around there, maybe, and he signs a 1-year, $2 million deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You never know.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that it has to be, because that's something that's really interesting I saw, is that because he got released because of the failed physical, he's actually eligible to obtain like a medical contract where he is guaranteed $2 million for sitting out and not playing. Mm-hmm. So if he does have to come back, it'd be like either it's in a prime position, like you said, it's week 8 where he knows that Tampa Bay is going into maybe a bye week type of thing going into the playoffs, where it might look pretty to join a team like that because just to play and maybe get re-injured if that's something just for the heck of it, right? But again, who knows? Tom Brady, Gronk, and Edelman, or as if you watch the podcast before, Idleman is really close together. So that trio is definitely something that
also a sharp moment.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that.
See, I was gonna say his name, Cody. Like,
okay.
Just throwing him under the bus.
Yeah, what do you
yeah. It's definitely gonna be the bus. Oh God, my bad. Doo-doo. But yeah, now the bigger question is, and I'll start off by saying there's not a shot in hell. But there is analysts, there's some people like Colin Cowherd that are protesting that Julian Edelman is a Hall of Famer.
I'm sorry, man. No.
Like this is my gripe by it, man. And this, I don't know if it's this the way media is and the way Twitter is, but you can have a great career, a great career, and not make it to Canton, and that's all right. Not everybody is destined for the Hall of Fame. It's the Hall of Fame for a reason. Like, he's had, he might end up in the Hall of Fame for probably one of the greatest catches in Super Bowl history, with the whole Atlanta Falcons, him catching it between two people's legs or whatever the hell it was. So he might get in the Hall of Fame for something like that. But 100% he is, a Patriot Hall of Fame, Ring of Fame, hands down, probably a first ballot Ring of Famer for that. But, what do you guys think about, these players such as guys like Julian Edelman always getting these nods by the media saying these are the Hall of Famers? Like, to me, I think it's like a slap. It's tough because it's like a slap in the face to these guys that are deserving it. Or, for instance, players like Reggie Wayne, Torrey Holt, Hines Ward that can't get the nod to it, that's, are more proven. Like Julian Edelman, he hasn't even had a Pro Bowl, an All-Pro, anything like that, right? So what do you guys think?
Well, that's the main thing is it's your bulk of work. It's not your work just in the playoffs. It's regular season and playoffs. And like everyone's throwing out these numbers about his numbers in the playoffs. Well, no shit, he's got a lot better numbers than a lot of people because they're in the playoffs every single year. So he's going to get receptions, yards, touchdowns every single year in the playoffs, where there's other players that don't. And like if you go to his regular season numbers comparing to other guys that are not in the Hall of Fame yet, they're not even close. Like it's more than just your playoff numbers and what you've done in the playoffs. Like he's been great, but for a Hall of Famer, like you got to draw the line somewhere. Like a Hall of Famer is a phenomenal career. He had a great career. It's not a Hall of Fame worthy career though.
Yeah, I agree with you, Sharp. This isn't the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame where Janet Jackson gets in. This is the NFL Hall of Fame, this is where the big boys come out to play. And Julian Edelman had, like Sharp said, had a fantastic career. Many a moments, many a games where he had 9-10 receptions. An absolute star in New England. But like you said, AJ, I think he's more of a Ring of Honor kind of guy, not a Hall of Fame kind of guy.
And what do you think, Cody?
I think he already made the Patriots All-Decade team, so I don't think there's a question of whether he'll be in the Ring of Honor. He's for sure going to get into that, but if Julian Edelman gets into the Hall of Fame, it starts turning into the Hall of very good players. You know what I mean? Like you have to, like you said, draw a line. He's a great player, but I mean, it doesn't make any sense to have him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, if you put Edelman in, you're gonna have to argue for like 10, 15 more guys then around his like career stats. So it's like, what are we doing now then?
Which is fine. Like if you want to argue that those 10, 15 other guys should be in too, okay, fine. But like if Edelman goes into the Hall of Fame, those other guys should also then go into the Hall of Fame because they have the exact same numbers. Or
then
better.
It's not a Hall of Fame really anymore. It's just people with good careers are going in the Hall of Fame. That's not what it's about.
The only thing you can give him that might separate him from some of those other guys that you're referring to is the guy does have 3 Super Bowls and he has a Super Bowl MVP, which is really rare for a wide receiver. But
so does James White.
Yeah.
Touche.
we all know James White ain't gonna be there, so
right.
No.
And that's the thing too, right? If you're saying like Edelman's in the Hall of Fame, you really literally that same day you have to put like Wes Welker in the Hall of Fame because Wes Welker has more credentials than Julian Edelman, in my opinion. A 2-time All-Pro, 3-time receptions leader. You know what I mean? So like you said, it opens up the floodgates for something really nasty, especially like you said, you have guys like Rod Smith and all these other great wide receivers, Reggie Wayne, Torrey Holt, Hines Ward, that are more proven to him, right? And that's just going to unload something different. Like Mike said too, right? What Edelman's been in 4 Super Bowls, won 3. So that's four more games and alone more than someone like a proven wide receiver would have type of thing, right? So like, everybody's saying like, oh, he's right behind Jerry Rice, the greatest wide receiver of all time. Well,
and
put Julio Jones or put Antonio Brown in his prime with those 4 extra Super Bowl games. Like, what are they going to do type of thing, right?
You look at the number 1 and 2 guys on the playoff list. Jerry Rice, guy played till he was 40. Like, he's one of the best players ever, but he also played till he was 40. And Edelman, who you just said, goes to the playoffs every single season, and he's been to 3 Super Bowls. So you take those stats kind of with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
He's been to 4 Super Bowls. He won 3.
Yeah, sorry.
So when I heard that Edelman was retiring, I never even thought it in my head that Hall of Fame would even be a question to be asked, honestly, myself.
That's the day and age we're in now where everyone just wants to jump right to that.
Yeah.
Like, let's pump the brakes here. Like, come on.
Yeah, 100%.
But before we move on, I don't think there's any, I think all of us here can say we all like Julian Edelman a lot. He's a great player.
Yeah.
We're not putting him down or anything. It's just he doesn't really belong in the Hall of Fame, I don't think. That's all.
Right. Like I said, before we even said it, this guy had a great career, especially considering his story. Like, not too many players have that type of story where you come into the league as a quarterback, then have to play punt return, special teams, cornerback, and then change the offense to wide receiver, and then do the stuff that he has, right? It's a great story. Maybe we might even see like a little movie or a TV series based off his life from that type of perseverance kind of thing. But great career, Patriot Ring of Fame, first ballot, not Hall of Fame, right? So hats off to Julian Edelman, one hell of a career. One hell of a slot wide receiver, and maybe we'll see him back, wearing the red and white there. So and partnering back up with his boys. So you never know. All it takes, people say, oh, he's done retired, man. All it takes is one call from Tom. Like, TB has that power. Hey, man, I'm looking to win a Super Bowl. Come on. All right, Tom. Easy enough. But now going from there, we have what everybody's been waiting for, what you guys see with the title of this podcast. It is our mock draft, starting as of April 13th. So if you guys are hearing this in the future, more trades has happened. Our bad. We didn't know what what other trades are going to be happening in the future, of course. But how it's going to break down, we're going to do this completely live. We're going to go draft in round by, there's only one round, but pick by pick. And the way we're going to do is we're going to do it in a draft order where Joel has actually the first pick. Then we have Cody with the second overall pick. I have the third pick. Mike has the fourth pick. And then it will round back up with Joel having the fifth pick, Cody having the sixth, I'm having the seventh, and then Mike having the eighth. And then again, round it back up until we get to pick number 32, in which we will then end the draft. So, boys, get your GM books out ready. Get the war room. Get your phones ready. No, I'm just joking. There's not going to be any trades there. We want to make this as simple as possible. But yeah, guys, this is going to be really fun. People in the comment section, if you're listening to this live or if you're listening to this after the fact, write down in the comment section who you think we're going to draft, and let's see if you're right. But guys, let's start it off. I wish I had the intro, the do-do-doom, doom, doom. But with the first overall pick, we have my man Joel Braga here. He's going to be starting off the draft, and he has the first overall pick. And Joel, I swear, if you do anything, I'm logging off this podcast, and I'm never going to come back. So I don't want to hear any Mac Jones. I don't want to hear Trey Lance or Kellen Mond as first overall pick. But Joel, you are on the clock. Definitely it is your time to shine with the Jacksonville Jaguars with your new coach, Urban Meyer.
The Jacksonville Jaguars in the 2021 NFL Draft select the no-brainer Trevor Lawrence.
I didn't know if anybody's seen that coming.
That's going to change my draft board, but okay.
Yeah, I guess everybody needs to change their draft boards. Draft is over. Breaking the draft. Hey, but there is one analyst, Chris Sims, that said he would choose Zach Wilson over Trevor Lawrence. And oh boy,
well,
I think I'm going to need to drink a little bit more of these. Actually, you know what, Mike? Give me some of those 6.8s if that ever happens, man.
Okay.
I think he hit Sharp up in the DMs and said, "Send me some of those 6.8s. I'm about to do a mock draft here."
I need an excuse, man. Give me something.
All right, so next we have on the clock, we have my man Cody McGuire. The floor is yours. Take as much time as you need. But again, I think this might be one that might be quick, or it might be a surprise. Let's see what man Cody McGuire chooses with the second overall pick.
Here I think it's not quite Trevor Lawrence locked in, but I think everybody thinks that Zach Wilson is going second overall to the Jets. I'm open to the idea of them maybe selecting Fields, but I think after the pro day, just seeing his arm talent, there's already tons of links with it anyway. I'm going to take Zach Wilson here for the Jets.
Zach Wilson, the quarterback from BYU, the one that people are saying will be the next Aaron Rodgers, the next Patrick Mahomes. It's going to be, yeah. People are saying, the comps. So we'll see. From the pro days and everything he's shown, he has the arm talent. He has the ability to make all the throws. But again, it's the BYU, the Coastal California game.
That's exactly what a Jets quarterback needs. The Patrick Mahomes or the next Aaron Rodgers. That's what he needs. Come on.
The one nice thing I think for Wilson going to the Jets, though, is their GM seems like he's kind of done a pretty decent job, to be honest, as of late. And I think Saleh is actually he's going to turn out to be one of the better coaches in the NFL. So I think that's really going to help him. At least he's not going in with Adam Gase or anything like that, right? So that's definitely going to give him a little bit of a heads up in New York.
They have a better mindset now for their quarterback than they did with Darnold.
100%. Yeah, because anytime, Adam Gase should be banned from the NFL, man. Just straight up commissioner vetoed. Get that SpongeBob meme in here again, man. My God, it's just been terrible, man. I don't understand how people keep on hiring this guy, man. I don't understand it, man. The ruiner of franchises is going to be his name. But with my pick here, I have the third overall pick with San Francisco, and this is where the interesting pick goes because everybody knows they traded up for a quarterback, and there's been all the rumors. They really like Mac Jones out of Alabama. They really like that Trey Lance has been playing in a pro-style offense. But in my opinion, those are all smoke screens because the man they are going to be selecting is the guy from the Ohio State, Mr. Justin Fields.
I like it. I like it.
And I think with this pick too, Justin Fields, if you look at San Francisco, I believe all three of these quarterbacks will succeed in San Fran's system with the talent that they have, with the coaches Kyle Shanahan. I just believe that given those exact same tools, given that exact situation, Justin Fields would shine more than both Trey Lance and Mac Jones would in that system. I believe whatever pick they're going to choose out of those three will work out and they will be good. I just think Justin Fields had that chance with this team to be great. So that is my pick.
Yeah. Good.
And now Mike Sharp with the 4th overall pick.
Okay.
We have Atlanta Falcons. And, of course, we cannot trade. So this will probably be one of the instances where we might see a trade in real life. But due to the simplicity of our systems and us being cheap and not wanting to fork out for the premium subscriptions and stuff like that, we're just going to keep it no trades. But, Mike, if the Atlanta Falcons do stay, you're on the board.
Yeah, because my personal opinion is I think they're moving this pick. But for this instance, I'm going to have to take someone. You hear a lot of quarterback at 4 with Atlanta. There's 2 more years on Matt Ryan's deal. I think you try to maximize it, and I think you get the best player available and take Kyle Pitts here. If they're going to stay at 4, I think Kyle Pitts is the guy to take. So Pitts 4 for the Falcons and give Matt Ryan the weapons he needs.
There we go. And if anybody are fans of the podcast, you know how much Mike loves some Kyle Pitts.
And I know the next 2 guys picking are going to be pissed at that, but I'm sorry, but I think that just has to be it.
Then we have our man Brandon Lima, a super fan. He's a pioneer of the Pigskin Panel. He says with the 4th pick, the Chicago Bears pick. So he's thinking his boy is going to be moving up. And again, that
far ways to go.
They're going to have to mortgage their future again. And we know what happened the first time they did that. So I think there might be a little bit more reluctant to do so this time around. But going back up with the 5th overall pick with the Cincinnati Bengals, Joel Braga, you are on the clock. And this one's going to be interesting because there's been a lot of teeter-totter on the 2 ways the Cincinnati Bengals can go. So I'm very interested to see what Joel, the GM of the Bengals, have in store for us.
Well, this is definitely a very hard pick. Joe Burrow wants Chase there with the friendship that they have. But for me, I'm going to have to pass on Chase, and I'm going to have to go Sewell. With Burrow coming off the ACL, I think their number one need is to protect Joe Burrow. Can't have him going down again. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Sewell, opposite side of Jonah Williams, and try to solidify the tackle position for years to come for the Cincinnati Bengals.
And that is never a bad pick to ever go. You get arguably one of the best prospects in offensive tackle in years. So, having Joe Burrow be protected. Again, Bengals have a great offensive core as is with Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, and all of them. So definitely will be interesting to see where they go in real life. I know my man Mike Sharp is a bandit for keeping the boys together, especially with a potential – great in Jamar Chase out there, especially now that we're seeing Thad. Yeah. And now we're seeing Thad Moss be there, so son of Randy Moss. So the LSU Tigers are becoming the Cincinnati Tigers. So great pick by Joe Braga. We get the first offensive tackle off the board going into the 6th overall pick with Cody McGuire with the Miami Dolphins, and I can already see Joe Braga there. He's clinching at the teeth with this pick to see what Cody goes.
Well, I think it's kind of difficult with the no trades here because I do agree with Sharp. I do think that the Falcons will trade this pick, their 4th pick. And if they do that, I really would see Pitts falling to Miami. And that's who I would have loved to have taken here. I've been wanting to do that for 2 weeks or so now, but I'm going to go with Jamar Chase out of LSU. He can do it all, and it's really going to help Tua in his progressions. and it's just a home run pick, really. I really do. One thing I would like to see in the real life draft, though, here is if it goes Chase, Pitts, and it stays the same, I'd like to see Denver trade up to 6 and take Trey Lance, and then have the Finns be able to take a guy like Devonta Smith or Jalen Waddle still at pick number 9. Maybe pick up an extra second round pick. So that's obviously not happening here, but it's just something I want to throw out there for the sake of conversation.
100%. And, you know, with my team, the Denver Broncos, man, we're in a real nice spot with the with the moves that George Payne has done, where we can be either ultra aggressive, we can be passive at 9, or we can be more reluctant, you know, get some more draft capital and trade back. So I definitely really like the spot we're in at 9. But, you know, going on with my pick now, I have the Detroit Lions, the home state that I'm in right now in good old Michigan. And, you know, they made some big trades here, trading their former first overall pick, Matt Stafford, to the Rams in exchange. And they got former first overall pick too, so this is an interesting one because they could go quarterback here. There's a lot of needs on here. It's tough. It's very tough because, like I said, they can go on quarterback right now with a guy like Trey Lance, you know, that can stay for a year as kind of like that learning curve there, and then they have their quarterback for the future. However, I do think they are going to stack up and get their skill positions, and they're going to get their star chip player, and it's going to be the Heisman winner, Devonta Smith, wide receiver out of Alabama, and get their guy.
Okay.
AJ, you didn't go to the top of the podium for your pick.
Yeah. And then the next up, we have Mr. Mike Sharp here, and he has the next pick with the Carolina Panthers, who just got their quarterback and Sam Darnold.
That would have been a direction I probably would have went, but I mean, obviously not now. And with the quarterbacks left, I'm not sure I really like them in Carolina. I would have liked Fields there, I think. But the needs that I think they have the most is probably offensive tackle. They could go corner here. I think their receivers are fine. So this one's a bit tough. Like, I like Surtain at Carolina here, but I'm gonna go and do what the Jets should have done. I'm gonna take Rashawn Slater here and make sure they really bolster that offensive line for him to make sure he really gets the time he needs in that pocket. Because I think they have the weapons there already. They just need to make sure he's protected a little bit more.
I like it, man. Rashawn Slater, he's crazy how much the draft capital went up from the start of this, from the start of the offseason.
He's a little versatile too. He can play a guard if you really need him to. So I like it here.
Yeah, and that guy's a manimal, man. Like he will ragdoll guys, man. And he's he's finesse with it too. It's a good combination of power and finesse. Yeah. That's a great balance. And
for anyone that doesn't know Rashawn Slater, go watch the Ohio State game against Chase.
Yeah.
And you'll see that's when his coming out party came, because he couldn't do a thing against him.
And let's reiterate on that. Not just, Chase Young, it's defensive rookie of the year, Chase Young in the NFL, of what he did that too.
The guy that had 14 and a half sacks with 2 missed games, that guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, Slater's a real deal, and I think the Panthers would love to have him.
100%. Great pick. And now going back up to Mr. Joe Braga, and he has my boys, the Denver Broncos, on the clock. I'm clenching my teeth now. I'm interested to see what you think my boys will do with this 9th overall pick if they had to stay there.
This one might be one that you go, what? I don't understand, but I hope you appreciate it, AJ. I think the wide receiver position is set for the Broncos. I think they're pretty good at wideout. As you know, I believe in Drew Lock. I think he's got potential to be a decent quarterback in this league. And I think he can lead the Broncos' future. Offensive line's gone now, which is what I probably would have gone with Slater here at this pick if he didn't just go. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the linebacker Micah Parsons here. I think his ability is perfect for the Broncos. I think they need help at linebacker pretty badly. There's not many holes in that defense now. The secondary is looking pretty good for the Broncos. Now, if they could just get somebody on the outside to help maybe cover a tight end or can come after the passer a little bit, I think Micah Parsons is the right pick here for the Broncos.
No, man, I love it, man. I love Micah Parsons. Like, he just does everything right. And like you said, with the moves that we made this offseason really gives us the versatility to really get BPA. And I think BPA as of right now, in terms of what we would need, would be Micah Parsons at middle linebacker. He can jump in and take that second middle linebacker spot right next to AJ Johnson, and then having Bradley Chubb and Bob Miller on the ends. Like, I think that just completes our defense now, and I love it. I love it, man. Great pick. Great.
I'm glad you like that one.
And now we have Mr. Cody with our boy Mike Sharp's team.
I'm a bit scared.
Uh-oh. What?
I'm gonna go with Surtain here. I mean, I think that the Cowboys defense as a whole last year was objectively awful by anyone's standards. They were, I think, 28th in defense and allowed close to 30 points a game, which is ridiculous, obviously. So Diggs,
it was fun to watch.
And Diggs played actually pretty well, to be fair to him, at the end of the year, down the stretch. So you pair him with Surtain. I personally was really tempted to throw in the first maybe pick here with Horn. I think Horn is, of my three favorite players in this draft, Horn is my favorite.
I'm surprised you didn't go Horn right here.
I wanted to, but I feel like Sharp might have got a little bit mad with the pick, so I gave him a Surtain. The nice thing about Surtain is he is NFL ready and he can play now, which is what the Dallas Cowboys need. They're getting roasted every game. Whereas I don't know if Horn can maybe do that right off the bat. I think he offers a lot more, maybe not a lot more, but I think he offers more upside than Surtain. But I think Surtain is the pick right now.
Yeah, I feel Surtain is the safe. I think Surtain is the safest pick.
I think Surtain out of the top CBs has the lowest floor, or the highest floor. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I think first didn't make sense, but the highest floor, so that he's like ready now, and I don't think he's gonna like regress down to a worse state. Yeah, and I think him and Diggs played together, which helps. And Alabama corners in general, they tend to translate well to the NFL game. So that's why I like Surtain more than Horn. I do like Horn. Just the thing with Horn is why I think he's going to be a bit of a later pick in the first round, like 15, 16 area, is just because of his holding issues in college. That was his main problem, where Surtain kind of hides his holding a bit better. So that's why he would be the more NFL ready guy, Surtain. That's why I do love this pick. I think that's where Dallas is going to go, and I hope they go this year. But we'll see.
We just hope that a guy like Surtain doesn't have the Jeff Okudah effect, right? Which would really, really suck.
I mean, he got riddled with injuries. Okudah had a bad rap this year.
And at least like in Okudah's defense, who'd he have? He had Coleman in the slot, I believe, and then beside him maybe Desmond Trufant. So I mean, I would say
Trufant got hurt too.
Yeah, so I would say Diggs is probably a lot higher quality partner to be in the secondary with too. So that's going to help him out.
100%. And now, great pick with Patrick Surtain. That's where I think they're going to be going in the actual draft too as well, especially where they're at. But next on the board is GM Lavi Lav with the New York Giants. And to me, this is an easy pick for me. I know there's been a lot of draft hype for Jalen Phillips at this position, but I'm going to go with my gut and going with the person that came out, he has the most kind of rawness to him. But this guy is a man amongst men, and it is going to be Gregory Rosu. Let's see if he can pop up here. There he is. Boom. I think this guy just has the most upside at the edge position in this draft. Oh, why is my computer not wanting to work with me here? There we go. Yeah. Oh, whoa. Pause the draft. Oh, no. Oh, God.
This guy stinks.
This guy absolutely stinks. Wow, that sucks. Well, guys, for the guys that watch this Apple podcast, my computer lagged out, and it chose the next 2 picks. Can you
edit it at all?
It doesn't look like I can edit it right now. What I'll do, though, is I'll restart the draft and then choose what we had and then go from there.
Yeah, I'm all written down.
Yeah.
But, guys, so far, what are you guys thinking of your draft? Do you think that's, say if it didn't have any trades, did you guys see this kind of following the same type of format?
Yeah, just the only thing that is a bit crazy is Lance maybe slipping this far and Jones probably, but it's because we can't do any trades, right? So anyone that's screaming at us right now, that's the reason why they're slipping, is because we can't make trades.
Mm-hmm. AJ, what's the internet like over there in the USA, man?
I have 1 gigabyte down.
Oh.
So we're throwing down some strawberry and jam right now.
Who do you guys think, like I mentioned earlier, I think Atlanta would be a sweet spot, or sorry, Miami would actually be a sweet spot for the Denver Broncos to trade with, and Miami's already shown that they're willing to trade and get picks. So who do you guys think would trade to replace to get Mac Jones? What team do you think would?
I think the Pats are really high on him.
No, I know, but who do you think, like, say the Patriots would trade?
Oh, I think they would go to 9 or 10 if he's there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, if I'm Dallas, I'm okay with that, because at 15, I think you can maybe get Horn if he's there.
Oh, yeah.
So, and you could probably gain a 2nd-round pick out of it, or a 3rd at the worst. So I'd be open to that too.
Yeah.
But I could see them trading to 9 too, because if the Broncos really want Parsons, they might be able to get him at 15 too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think he was number 52, AJ, on the list there.
Yeah, there we go. Boom, and we're back in action. There we go.
There we go.
And it's crazy, man, how much his draft slipped, man. But I still think the talent is absolutely there. Like I said, he might be a little bit more raw, and then that I can't remember if he sat out this year or not. So that's the reason why his productivity. But man,
he did.
The guy is just an absolute beast, like an absolute stud.
I think he had like 13 and a half sacks 2 years ago.
Yeah. So with him bolstering into that defense right now, because that's what they need, right? So you just plug and play him, let him just be a beast, let him learn, and I think that'll be a home run pick for the Giants. But going up next, we have Mr. Mike Sharp, and he has the Philadelphia Eagles, who are
I really don't want to pick for this team, but
I didn't even think about
that. This one's tough because, like, I really don't think. Well, I honestly don't think they're sold on Hurts, because they kept saying they wanted, if they were going to move up, they wanted Wilson or this and that, and then now they're saying, oh, they're sold on Hurts, but then they're not. So I think what you have to do is it's pretty obvious, is get him another weapon, and I'm tempted to go Trey Lance here, but I'm gonna go Waddle. I think that's the smart move, and I think what you have to do for Hurts is you need to get him weapons.
I agree with you, Sharp, 100%.
Absolutely sucks, because I don't want Waddle to go there, but it looks like that's what might happen.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree with you there, Sharp, just because they don't know what they have with Hurts yet. You know what I mean? They really have to just put it out there to see what he has. Like, he is a Alabama boy too, before Tua took over, kind of thing. But so he has the intangibles there. we've seen in the past, like I think it was the last four games of the season, that he showed promise. So and that's without really any true talent. Like everybody was hurt on that team. Ertz, everybody like that, Goddard, and so adding someone like a Jalen Waddle now that who was their wide receiver that just got released from there? He was Ashon Jeffrey, now is gone now too. So getting that guy, because they also had Jalen Reagor, who really didn't show his promise the way they drafted him last year. So we get to see now having Reagor fully healthy, now having a Waddle that was shaken up this year. You can see that he did play the championship game. He came in for a couple snaps, got some yards, but still shown that he wasn't 100% healthy in that championship game. So
that is the one thing with Waddle is he's coming off a pretty bad injury. And if he didn't have that injury this year, we might be talking about him in the same level as Chase. Like he can be that good. It's just that injury at the start of the year kind of killed his draft year. But he's still so good that he's going to go this high. So
the nice thing about Waddle too is he's like a return specialist, which a lot of teams are in desperate need of. So that also helps his stock.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, good pick. I love it. I think if the Eagles are able to get Jalen Waddle at 12, I think they'll be really, really happy and thrilled with that. You'll be seeing the war room giving high fives and cheering, and might be popping off champagne if that happens. But going up next, we have Joe Bragan now. He is in charge of the Chargers, and they are on the board. So Joel, take it away.
I think here we're gonna give Herbert a little bit of protection. I think we're gonna go with Christian Darsaw, day one starter left tackle. I got some stats here on him. 264 total pass block plays. He allowed just 3 pressures and 1 sack. So I think that's pretty nice numbers, and I think that's good enough to get you a day one starter there. So we're gonna go ahead and take that.
Yep, love it. Protect that quarterback, man. Herbert's the real deal.
Yeah, this is the start of that second tier offensive lineman, and it's like take your pick. Really, like I like Darashaw a lot. Tevin Jenkins is a good guy.
Yeah.
If you want to go interior, Vera Tucker's a good pick. But yeah, I like the Darashaw pick.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
See, I like Tevin Jenkins for a pick maybe coming up at pick number 18 here, especially because Tua is a left-handed quarterback. But we'll see.
Don't tell anybody.
We have Cody back up, and he is taking over for the Vikings, picking at pick number 14. Cody, who do you have the Vikings taking at 14th overall?
I had 2 guys ready. I thought Darrisaw actually might go to the Chargers, which he did, which makes sense. He went up against some really elite players too in their conference too, and he's very good. So that pick made a lot of sense. But since I can't pick him here, I'm going to go with Jalen Phillips. Pair him up with Danielle Hunter on the other side. I think the Vikings realistically have quite a few holes, as we've seen. But I think that getting Phillips here, I think he has a little bit of durability issues and concerns. Otherwise, I think he was aiming for a top 10 pick prior to those. So I think the Vikings getting him here at 14 would be really, really happy to do that.
And then I like the pick, but can we just put a pause on here right now? The TDN's predictive board, they have Travis Etienne over Najee Harris. Might be a little bit of a shout.
Yeah.
Might be a little bit of a reach.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but I like Travis a lot, but I definitely think Najee is definitely clear RB1 in this draft. But going on with that, we have me with the non-fan favorite. If you're not from Boston, Massachusetts, we have the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick. I'm taking over for Big Bill, and this for me is very easy, and I think this is probably the easiest pick in the draft if he falls this low. We got New England Patriots. They need a quarterback of the future. They're going to go Trey Lance, a quarterback that is smart. So he's a really big Belichick guy. A guy that's in the film room, the guy that is, just always out there hustling, grinding to be better. I think this is the perfect system for him. He could stand behind Cam. for a year if he has to, and then we can move on from there. But I think this is a slam home run pick for the New England Patriots, getting Trey Lance at 15th overall.
Yeah, if he's there, like, yeah, home run. He's absolutely not going to be there, but that could be a guy they want to trade up for too, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
100%. And now we have Mike with the Arizona Cardinals, who actually, that's another breaking news here. We do have James Conner signing with the Arizona Cardinals from the Pittsburgh Steelers. So they saw the running back position. So that's definitely not a need on there anymore. So, Mike, who are you drafting with the 16th overall pick for the Arizona Cardinals?
Oh, yeah, don't worry. I wasn't going there, but
Travis Etienne.
I mean, they could use some O-line help a little bit to kind of help Kyler a bit. But there's a guy here that just absolutely fills a need, especially because Pat Pete's gone now. And if J.C. Horn is here at 16 for them, book it. It's in. J.C. Horn.
Slam dunk pick. And, J.C. Horn, man. Like, Cody, man, from the get-go was on the J.C. Horn train, and you can see why. Like, look at his game film. This guy is a player. Like, this guy is a beast. And like you said, for Arizona, this falls in the lap, man. This is literally just a gift made in heaven. So definitely great pick with J.C. Horn. But now we have going back up with Joel, and he has my arch rival now, and the not the Oakland Raiders, my bad, the Las Vegas Raiders with the 17th overall pick. And they can go through a few options here too. This is going to be very interesting. I'm excited to see what Braga has for them. And, if you butcher this pick, I won't be that mad.
One of my good buddies from work, he's a Oakland Raiders fan. And I'm gonna do this to him. I hope if he's watching, I'm gonna give him Vera Tucker here. They've lost so many pieces that on the O-line that I just don't know if they can go any other way than this if Vera Tucker falls to them. Great pick. It's a deep class for tackles or guards, whatever he chooses. Like, he can play guard, he can potentially play tackle too. So I got to give that pick in for the Las Vegas Raiders. John Gruden will be happy with that one, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. They've got rid of some key players on the offensive lineman. So definitely I can see them going O-line first round pick too. So great pick. But next up here we have Cody McGuire taking over the Miami Dolphins. And I'm interested to see what you go here with.
Well, Joel did it to me again. I was actually, hear me out here. I was going to take Vera Tucker for the Dolphins. I know that you've been wanting to get Jesse Davis out of that line. Took Robert Hunt last year in the second round. You got him on the outside. He played with Austin Jackson at USC. So I really do think that Vera Tucker at 18 is actually pretty interesting, especially helping to protect Tua there. But he's gone, so I guess Joel's going to be pretty happy with my pick with Najee Harris. I know he wants him, so works out for him.
We got the first running back off the board, first round pick, Najee Harris out of Alabama. Joel, man, what do you think
Cody.
about that pick?
Oh, you're welcome.
I just got to say thank you, Cody. I've been wanting Harris ever since I started doing research on this draft. Even beforehand, I know him and Tua are really good buddies. They've gotten along very well. They talk about each other. I think I know it's a running back, and you probably shouldn't take a running back in this position based on history, just going too early at 18 for a running back. But this guy, he's got the best hands and the best receiving running back in the class, no question. He's got power behind every run. He can block nice. I think it's a no-brainer pick. I think he's better than Etienne. Like you said, AJ, this is a no-brainer pick for me. If not Najee, let's go try to maybe go edge rusher with Quiddy, maybe something like that. But I'm good with Najee.
Before we move on, like, what if Vera Tucker? If you didn't take him for the Raiders, would you? What do you think of him in Miami? I love that he can play tackle or guard, and the fact that he's played with Austin Jackson too. I think that's pretty intriguing.
Yeah, I love that. I would love that pick for Miami too. They need help on the O-line. O-line was average at best last year. So, mind you, it's a young O-line. Adding another piece wouldn't be bad. But like you said, if I see another year with Jesse Davis on that line, man, I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, I love it there. Yeah, I think we all had our woes with maybe those offensive linemen that we don't want to see. I know mine was Elijah Wilkerson, man. Oh my God, did I ever hate seeing him right tackle? Good Lord, get him out of here. And I feel bad, man, because our super fan here, Brandon Lima, and his Bears picked him up. So he messed up. We just picked up Elijah Wilkerson from the Broncos, man. He's any good? I'm like, oh man, oh no. And he was like, okay, never mind. Not what you want to see.
No.
But yeah, just before we keep on going here with the next pick, which is the Washington Football Team fans, I hope you're loving this draft so far. Definitely, if you like this, give us definitely a thumbs up and tell us how you guys are liking the draft. Are we basically similar to what you guys are writing down? Let us know in the comment section below. But now going forward here with the Washington Football Team, and this can go two directions. I was looking at here. I'm just looking at their depth chart, especially looking at right now what's on the board. Jeremiah Wosu definitely looks really tempting here. Tevin Jenkins looks really good too here, especially if he's on the board this line because their right tackle spot is definitely in need of something. But also the X Factor pick of Caleb Fairley still out there too, in which they definitely need to as well. However, I think they will be going the safe route pick. Just making sure their offense is, their defense is ridiculously good right now. So I think they're going to be safe there. And I think they're going to be going Tevin Jenkins if he's still on the board, right tackle out of Oklahoma State. Guy is this. You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of this smarter Garrett Bowles. And if he can come out the woodwork like Garrett Bowles without the holding calls, Washington has something really nice here.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he can come out like Garrett Bowles did this year, oh man,
Yeah.
Washington will be loving this pick right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It looks is the back injury scaring everybody away from Farley? Or
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to Jalen Johnson last year. He was supposed to go in the first round. He had those shoulder concerns, and that's why he went in the second round.
I think the main issue with Farley is that this is his second injury. Like this is like a reoccurring thing. So that's the concern mainly.
Yeah.
And like even like his team right now is saying we hope we're still a first round pick. So I mean that's not really encouraging.
Yeah.
100%. And now Mike, you're up with the Chicago Bears, the Windy City.
Yeah.
What are you going to do here? They have a glaring need on the board right here, especially if they drop this one. But I'm definitely interested to see.
This is tough because there's a few guys I want to take here. But with the guy on the board, I mean, I want to go Bateman here, like really badly. But I'm gonna go Mac Jones and give the Bears their Trubisky 2.0.
The low shot.
Except they don't have to trade up for him this time. And this guy, I think this guy will be a better version of Trubisky.
You just couldn't say this with a straight face, eh? You just had to throw a subtle jab.
I had to get it in there. But I honestly, like, to be perfectly honest right now, if Mac Jones is there at 20, this is actually a good pick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Home run pick, man.
I want Bateman there so badly, but I mean, if Jones is there, you got to take Jones.
Yeah.
1,000.
Hopefully you don't mind it, DeLima.
And now we have, again, my man Joe Braga here with the 21st overall pick with the Indianapolis Colts. Which is a team that could really go anywhere right here. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see where you go, Braga. So you're on the clock, and I'm interested to see.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go Kwity Paye here, the D end. He's a little bit raw. I think he only had 11.5 sacks in 4 seasons, but he adds a lot of physical traits, a lot of potential. The Dolphins he's been linked to go to the Dolphins pick at 18. I'm going to take him here at 21. I think it's a good pick for the Colts. They don't really have true pass rushers, so I think that's a good pick there.
I like it, baby. UFM. I love Kwity Paye too, man. He just has to just touch upon like more of his technical ability. I think he relies a little bit too much on athleticism because he is athletically talented. I hope he really takes up that next level step, because if he does, man, guy's gonna be a menace for sure.
I've seen him even linked as high as like 11 or 12 to the Giants.
Yeah.
So people are pretty high on that guy.
Yeah, like the Giants, I've just been seeing. I think 100% they're going to be going edge. Ojulari, Rosu, Kwity Paye seems like the 3 that's going to be rotating with that pick. It's going to be definitely interesting because all 3 of them can be that high level pick, right?
Right.
We have Braden that's saying, I don't know if he likes that Mac Jones pick. We might have had to go Kyle Trask just to say that.
Yeah.
Florida Gator represent. Awesome. Love it. Against the stirring some controversy for sure. But we have next up, we have with the Tennessee Titans, we have my man Cody McGuire on the board, and this is my boy Mogi's team. So Mogi, listen out here.
This is an interesting pick, actually.
I actually had you nabbed my guy earlier, AJ, and Tevin Jenkins, but you'll know the replacement quite well in Jalen Mayfield. He'll fit right into right tackle, especially after drafting Isaiah Wilson last year, and we all know how that was. So I think this is actually they have a couple holes to fill, but I think this is actually a really good pick for them. It's going to bolster up the run, which is really what the Titans realistically their whole offense is based around with Derrick Henry. So helps out Tannehill too. I think it's a pretty good pick for them.
And hey, if we're playing Madden, man, the ultimate team, that UFM connection, Taylor Lewan, the UFM bros. So
the Titans had to serious look at secondary too. Offensive line is definitely a need, but secondary they have to really debate on this pick as well.
I was tempted for a second to take a guy like maybe Newsome, but I think that's a bit of a reach. I think Mayfield's a really safe pick, and he just fills a spot. So that's why I went with Mayfield.
Love it. Yeah, safe pick. Again, goes into their scheme of their offense, of the scheme of the whole team with King Henry. So I love the pick. And then with the Jets here, to me, this might be the pick that everybody's going to be like, whoa. For they got the safe pick, they got their quarterback, which is their biggest need. So I think this is where they can reach a little bit, and this is where I'm going to go fill their biggest hole here, and I think they're going to take the reach on Caleb Farley to get their stud cornerback that falls this low here. I have them thinking that he's going to recover from his surgery, and he's going to be the cornerback that he's promised to be and fill that gap at cornerback.
It would be a typical Jets move to take a guy with a bad back, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's crazy if he goes in the first round with that injury, or no?
I think a cornerback, a team that has a corner that need that second quarter, like for instance, I could see us moving back into the first as he's still there at pick 32 and get him.
I think his talent is too good for him. His talent is too good for him to slip out of the first, in my opinion.
Yeah. I agree.
Yep. Awesome. And now we have my man Mike Sharp here with the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are definitely now in need of a certain position. I'm interested to see because they've been letting people go left and right. There's people not being signed. So the Pittsburgh Steelers are in need of some major help. People retiring, people leaving, people not being resigned. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see where you go here. But, Mike, you are on the board. Or on the clock, I should say.
I was going to go Farley, to be honest. Do you want to go back to the main board? They CB, I think, is a need for them. They could go offensive tackle, running back. I just with Najee Harris out, I don't know if I want to reach for a running back here. I might though. I might go Williams out of North Carolina.
Woo! Ooh, I like it. I
That's
love
what I'm
it.
gonna take.
It's
like I'd say it's a bit of a reach, but at the same time, I think that fills a need they desperately need.
And that's I think that's the key word with the Steelers, especially if you've seen from last year. You like with the loss of Bud Dupree, edge might be a little bit of a need, but they still have T.J. Watt. They have Minka Fitzpatrick and all those guys in the back there.
Yeah,
it was a glaring hole in their offense, not having a true running game. So I'm with you right here. It might be a little bit of reach, but desperate needs comes from desperate measures, right? Yeah. So
they have enough. They have enough high-skilled players at certain positions that can encompass a couple bad players, but not at running back. They don't have that. They need that. And yeah, Javonte Williams looks pretty good. I'll take him over Etienne every day.
Wow.
Him and Horn are actually my two favorite players in the draft.
Yeah.
I even like Carter, man. Carter from North Carolina too. His dual-headed running back partner there. He's nasty
too. He's a little underrated actually. It's kind of a Chubb Sony Michel situation where they're both really good. Just not in the same kind of conference, but
and then we have now, that's a great pick, Sharp. I love the pick. I love the mentality behind the pick too as well. But now we have the GM of the Jacksonville with the back-to-back Jaguars picks. So he's the one that drafted Trevor Lawrence, and he could have went someone else, but I think he would have got the riots and the pitchforks out of Jacksonville. So Urban Meyer, man, you're on the clock.
I think the Jaguars here. I think we're gonna go ahead and give Trevor Lawrence a weapon. We're gonna go with Elijah Moore.
Love him.
Okay.
We're gonna go ahead and give him a weapon here. See what happens. He had almost 1,200 yards in 8 games. They somebody opposite of they lost Keelan Cole in free agency. No, Cody.
Yeah, he went to the Jets.
So what do you got there? DJ Chark,
Conley.
Yeah, Conley.
Chenault.
We'll see. I think one more weapon would be nice for
they got Marvin Jones too.
Oh, geez.
Remember the Jags?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But whatever. We're going to go with that anyway.
Honestly, I love that pick, man. You can never give a rookie quarterback that's supposed to have this much promise too many weapons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just go guns blazing. Screw it. Bump it. Let's just do it.
They're going to be behind. They're going to be behind in a lot of games, I'd assume, the Jaguars. So they're going to be slinging the rock anyway. So might as well load up on wide receivers.
Well, yeah, and the other thing is, too, if you really like a receiver here and you want Trevor Lawrence, obviously, to be your quarterback of the future, a lot of these other guys are probably not going to be there for the foreseeable future. This guy's going to be here for 5 years, right? So build that chemistry now.
You got both of them for 5 years because they're both in the first round. So
yeah, exactly.
No, I love it. I like the pick. I love the pick. And now we have this is interesting because a lot of the draft picks is going to be from rival teams and stuff. So we got now Cody with the Cleveland Browns. So I'm interested to see where you're going to be going here.
Yeah.
Right ahead of the Baltimore pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which sucks, but I think I'm gonna go Zaven Collins. I think they really need a linebacker. He can play off the ball. He can play blitz. He had in 8 games last year for Tulsa. He had, I think it was 4 sacks and 4 picks, and he had 2 forced fumbles. So I mean, this guy plays really fast, and he is a bit of a, I guess you wouldn't call him like a ball hawk, but he gets takeaways, and that's what you need to win in the NFL.
Love it. Almost like an Isaiah Simmons kind of player, right? Long.
He's getting rave reviews too. Like he might go a bit higher. in this draft.
Yeah, I think the two teams I can see, the other team I could maybe see taking Zaven is maybe Washington too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I like it. I like it. Wait, time out. Can we just pause before we go into the next pick? We're at pick number 27, right? Look at the talent that's still out there, boys. This draft is absolutely loaded.
Mm-hmm.
Majorly
Lots
deep.
of talent there.
Super loaded.
Honestly, it's almost similar to last year. Like last year's 3 rounds deep of solid players. It's going to be the exact same thing this year.
I remember last year, like,
if you have
the second round.
Yeah, if you have draft capital this year, then perfect.
So Braden, great question. Are you talking about the Cleveland Browns tight end or
Hooper.
the Ravens tight end?
I got Hooper, the Browns.
Yeah.
Or he might be talking about Jacksonville's tight end with the weapons.
Oh, there's no tight end you take here anyways.
No, yeah, there's not a tight. Then that's the craziest thing that we was talking about with Pitts. There is that this is the reason why he is arguably probably number 1 talented in the draft, because his position distance from him versus the next tight end is such a huge gap. It's not even funny. Like it's ridiculous how big of the spread is. Like it's just insane. Like there's a glaring difference where, with Trevor Lawrence, you have the Zach Wilsons, the Justin Fields that are like on his coattail kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So next up, Cody, I got the Baltimore Ravens. And I think this is an easy pick. It shouldn't even take that long. It should be almost a hand-in pick right now. You guys got Sammy Watkins. You guys need to give that offense a little bit more weapons. Give Hollywood, Watkins, Mark Andrews, and now you're going to get your possession wide receiver, a guy that can be physical. He could take to the house if you need to, but it's Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota. This guy seems like he has the talent to be exactly what you guys need. You guys need that 3rd down and 5, that 3rd down and 4. They're going to be stacking the box on Lamar, assuming his run. You guys give it to him and be one of those trustable, reliable receivers that if Andrews is really covered, you can go to him. So I love the pick. Rashad Bateman at 27. I think it's a home run pick for you guys.
Yeah, I think 2 episodes ago I said in the first round and I want to draft Rashad Bateman. That's what I want us to do, so I'm cool with it. If he's there, I don't think he'll be there, but if he were, then yeah, hand it in.
100%. Just locked in. No, you don't need any time for it. And you're going through. But now we have my man Mike Sharp with NOLA, New Orleans Saints. And this is going to be another interesting pick too, because we have no more Drew Brees. We have Jameis. We have Taysom. We have the changes that they've all made and the new basically team it's going to be. So I'm interested to see what this is going to go.
Yeah, I honestly really wanted to go Bateman here, because I think you need to give whatever quarterback there's going to be as much weapons as possible, right? But I want to go receiver, but at the same time, they do have other needs. I'm going to go I don't know. This is a tough one. You know what? I'm going to go Owasu, linebacker from Notre Dame.
That's a great pick.
I wanted to go offensive side of the ball really badly, but I think this pick is just, if he's there, I think it's a home run for the Saints.
Him, Demario Davis. Oh my God. Whew.
I like that pick a lot, Sharp.
It is great value, man. Just for what he is to be at 28, man, that is like just ridiculously good value.
No doubt.
Oh yeah.
Love it, love it, love it. The boys are drafting. The GMs are out tonight. All right, so now we have back up to Joel cycling through with Mr. Aaron Rodgers' team, the Cheeseheads, the Green Bay Packers at pick number 29. Joel, who are you going here at this pick?
I want to go wide receiver, but the Packers never go wide receiver.
You're not going to do it. Oh, no. You're not going to help A-Rod.
He don't need no help. He could throw to himself. I I want to really bad, but history shows that the Packers don't. Maybe they do this year, but they need help at corner too. I'm going to go Greg Newsome, the second.
The speedster, the 4.27. Was it 4.27?
It was really fast.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
4.2 whatever. It's 4.2 fast. Even though it's unofficially clocked, like a lot of these guys, it hasn't. To me, hasn't seemed like a lot of these clocks, even though they're unofficial. There's been a lot of high 4.2s, low 4.3s this year compared to normally.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, is that because is it GPS readings that they're using now that kind of does it like more like satellite view, or is it just people just mistiming it wrong? What do you guys think?
Don't they do like a laser finish, or is that just for the combine?
I know for the combine they use. I don't know if they do it for these pro days and stuff.
Yeah, it could just be a coach and a stopwatch. Who knows?
Every year, it seems like guys get stronger, faster. It just might be that year where you just see guys start beating the old records. You know,
Yeah,
just absolute freaks, just completely freaks. Awesome. So now we do have Cody with the Buffalo Bills. Bills Mafia is on the board. Do not disappoint them, or they might jump to the table.
This is a hard pick because I was actually Sharp took him. I was going to take Javonte Williams here. I thought he would really fit into that team well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to take Ojulari or away because I really think that they deserve to go in the first round, at least Ojulari. But I'm going to go Etienne here. This is the only pick I made that I don't love. So I really don't think that Singletary is very good for one. Zach Moss was hurt, all season? Like, not all season, but I mean, he was hurt the vast majority of the year. I think the only thing is I'm pretty sure they both went in the third round. So they've already used third round picks on Singletary and Moss, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, can you imagine getting Josh Allen with a guy that can receive the ball like Etienne? He's shown he's fast. I don't really think they need a wide receiver as much as they need a running back. Like I said, I was tempted to take Edge, but I'm going to take Etienne a little bit reluctantly. But I think it's an okay pick for them.
Yeah.
Travis Etienne from Clemson. Trevor Lawrence boy.
I mean, if I was going to take Javonte Williams here, it's hard for me to debate that I can't take Etienne here also, because if anything, he's higher on most people's draft boards. So it's kind of –
I think me personally, I think Etienne's better.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think either way, the Bills really do need a good running back. They have running backs, but I personally don't really think they have a quote unquote good one at the moment.
Ooh, shots fired.
Bills Mafia jumping through tables. How dare you diss their boys?
I don't mind Singletary, but I don't know. Yeah, I'll go Etienne.
All right. Interesting. And now we have me. Oh, God. Oh, no. I'm up for this pick.
Yeah, let's help out your rivals.
Yeah. Oh, my Lord. So I have Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs. And I know who I'll pick here. And I think they're going to just strengthen up that linebacker position. And I think it's more going to be almost like, they can go edge too if they really wanted to, partner over Chris Jones and them. But honestly, I think they're going to go linebacker, and I think they will go Jamin Davis. They do need offensive linemen, losing what they lost, but to me, I just don't see any more offensive linemen to take at this high. There is Eichenberg, but I think he's more of a mid-second round pick. He is a beast, smart player. He mauls guys, but I think someone like that would go in the second round pick. I do think they're going to go Jamin Davis, Kentucky, strengthen up that linebacker core, and just give them a little bit more play room. So Jamin Davis is going to be my draft for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah. Another guy that would have been all right would have been Dickerson, because I think they could go center, but Dickerson can play guard too if they wanted to go O-line. But
like Dickerson's
Jamin,
the best center in the draft, but it'd be almost like a good project to swing him out to guard. But
there's some good.
I love Jamin Davis.
There's some good centers in this draft throughout the second and third rounds. There's actually a number of them, so that's something I love because we need one.
Yeah. It was kind of like that last year. Like there was some centers to be had because I think it was 4th round last year. We traded up to get Biotish out of Wisconsin, and like he was an unreal center all year. I don't know why he was a 4th round pick, but I mean, there's a lot of centers to be had if you really. It just seems like it's not a pick that people like to think about as much.
Yeah,
I know that Creed Humphrey. A lot of people are pretty high on him too.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
100%. And now wrapping up with the final pick in the Pigskin Panel 2021 mock draft, we have Mike Sharp with the Super Bowl champions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sharp, you are on. And wait, time out. This is awesome because Sharp dressed up as Bruce Arians the one podcast, so it's only fitting that he's that he
That's
has
true.
this draft pick.
This is very easy for me. The fact that this guy's still on the board is beyond me. And if he falls to the Bucks, that's ridiculous. But it's Aziz Ojulari for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like to add an edge guy like that to that defense is actually sickening.
Sickening.
That'd be ridiculous with him. This Devin White and all those guys, man, that defense already. And I think that's where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are super scary coming into this season just because
they didn't lose anyone.
Back. And now they just add whatever they need to. Like BPA, whatever's BPA out there, they'll just take it. Whatever. Cool. Like
they have no needs going into this draft. We'll just take whoever slips to us.
Yeah.
And in this case, it was Ojulari.
Yeah, which is, I guess you would take it, I guess. Oh, my God. I have to take Ojulari. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
But was that Cody?
I was going to say, it shows, like you said earlier, how deep this draft class is. I guess we took 3 running backs in the first round, which may or may not happen, but still, like guys like Christian Barmore weren't even picked in our draft, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it shows how deep the draft is.
100%. Like I said, man, this is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a crazy draft this year. I cannot wait. Only 17 more days, so super pumped about that. But just as a draft recap here, this is our first round draft mock. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking Trevor Lawrence. We have the New York Jets taking Zach Wilson. The San Francisco 49ers getting their quarterback Justin Fields. We have the Atlanta Falcons choosing Kyle Pitts. The Cincinnati Bengals grabbing Penei Sewell. We have Miami Dolphins at 6 getting Jamar Chase. Detroit Lions at pick 7 getting Devontae Smith. Carolina Panthers getting Rashawn Slater. The Denver Broncos at pick 9 getting Micah Parsons. Dallas Cowboys getting cornerback at pick 10 Patrick Surtain. New York Giants at pick 11 getting edge rusher Gregory Rousseau. Yeah, pick 12, the Philadelphia Eagles get their wide receiver in Jalen Waddle. Pick 13, Los Angeles Chargers. What's that?
Hated that.
Yeah. It's all right, Sharp, man. I'll give you a hug. We have Los Angeles Chargers getting Christian Darrisaw. We have pick 14. We have the Minnesota Vikings getting their edge rusher and Jalen Phillips. We have pick 15, New England Patriots getting their quarterback of the future, Trey Lance. We have pick 16, the Arizona Cardinals getting their cornerback, J.C. Horn, as a replacement for Pat Pete. We have pick 17, the Las Vegas Raiders getting Elijah Vera Tucker to replace that offensive lineman. We have pick 18, the Miami Dolphins getting their running back, Najee Harris. Joe is celebrating with that. We have pick 19, the Washington, but it's the Washington football team getting offensive lineman, Kevin Jenkins. We have pick 20, the Chicago Bears getting their quarterback of the future, as Mike Sharp says, it is Trubisky 2.0, Mac Jones. We have pick number 21, Indianapolis Colts get Kwity Paye out of Michigan. Then we have pick number 22, the Tennessee Titans give Derrick Henry some more support with Jalen Mayfield. We have pick number 23, the New York Jets getting Caleb Fairley. We have pick number 24, the Pittsburgh
Potential
Steelers
steal.
potential steal. That could be the steal of the draft for the first round. But we have pick number 24, the Pittsburgh Steelers, getting their running back of the future, Devontae Williams out of North Carolina. Pick 25, we have Jacksonville back up, getting their second wide receiver to pair up in this offseason, Elijah Moore. We have pick number 26, the Cleveland Browns, getting Saban Collins, the linebacker out of Tulsa. Pick number 27, we have the Baltimore Ravens, getting Rashad Bateman, getting that wide receiver for the Flock Gang. We have 28, we have New Orleans Saints, getting Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah out of Notre Dame, the linebacker, to bolster up with that insane defense already. We have pick number 29, the Green Bay Packers do not go wide receiver to help out Aaron Rodgers. They go cornerback with Greg Newsome, the second, out of Northwestern. We have pick number 30 to the Buffalo Bills. They go running back Travis Etienne out of Clemson. Then we have pick number 31, the Kansas City Chiefs, getting linebacker Jamin Davis out of Kentucky. And the Super Bowl champions, pick number 32, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, get an absolute steal at edge, Azeez Ojulari. And that, my friends, is the Pigskin Panel 2021 NFL mock draft. Fellas, what do you guys think about this draft?
Yeah, not bad, actually. I was expecting a little bit worse, but honestly, it came together pretty nicely, I think. A couple of reasons, maybe, but
I think we all have a feeling that there's going to be a couple of trades potentially in this first round, especially with pick number 4, which could alter the entire draft right off the hop. So,
like, obviously, realistically, Lance and Jones are not falling that far.
Yes,
there's nothing we can do about it.
Oh, God.
Yeah. If they do, they must have had a gas mask on their face on draft day.
Oh, no, Laramie Tunsil. Watch out.
Hey, you never know. In a couple of years, you might get 4 first-round picks for him. So,
yeah, I can't say much. It worked out for the Dolphins, so.
Billy O.B.
The Dolphins fans forever will love Billy O.B.
Oh, yeah. They're going to make a statue of him.
There weren't really any picks that were too crazy, to be honest. I think the draft, taking into the consideration that we couldn't trade, actually was pretty reasonable.
Yeah. Like you said, this is a draft, the NFL mock draft that was doing with no trades, guys. So if you're watching this, it's like, what the hell are these guys smoking? Hey, just relax. There's no trades going on in this draft. So it's just a straight up, if there is no trades available possible, this is how we think the board will fall.
Should toss that in the title. No trades.
No trades. All of a sudden we get like 1,000 dislikes for basically the Adam Rain.
The Chris Sims.
Yeah, the Chris Sims. Whoa, Zach Wilson over T-Law. Yikes.
Okay, I guess you never want to work as an NFL GM because that take is terrible.
Yeah. Man, if that actually happens, I'm falling out of my seat. I might eat my shoe. I possibly could eat my shoe if Trevor Lawrence doesn't get picked first overall.
Start up the barbecue.
Happening. It ain't happening. Even in a year like this year with the COVID year, there's been some weird shit happening, but that is not going to be one of them.
Yeah, 100%. Like already, Trevor Lawrence has the Jacksonville Jaguars playbook and already studying it. So it's safe to say that he's going to go to Jacksonville unless, I don't know, like you said, someone catches COVID, head all messes up and they slip in the wrong slip. But that's the only way it's going to happen.
It can't be a difficult playbook because the Jaguars are always playing from behind. It's probably just a whole bunch of go routes.
Oh, God. 4 verticals. Hail Mary on
It's
Madden.
Urban Meyer's playbook now, though.
It's just Hail Mary after Hail Mary after Hail Mary.
Yeah, but before we wrap this up, guys, though, I just want to go around just to give you guys final thoughts about the podcast, about the fans, about anything that's going on with the Pigskin Panel. We would definitely start off always with my man Mike Sharp.
No, it was fun tonight. It was pretty fun seeing everyone draft after each other and adjust accordingly, and definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and watch us in the future.
Love it. And Cody?
Yeah, who knows what the draft will bring? Every year something happens that's crazy. So I'm sure that going into the draft, we'll think one thing's going to happen and it'll be the complete opposite. But it was fun doing this mock, even though we couldn't trade. And yeah, just like and subscribe, and any interaction is also appreciated.
Love it, love it. And then Joel.
Yeah, this is the first mock that I've fully completed this year. Maybe, who knows, in a future episode before the draft, maybe we'll relook at it just quickly, just like a faster version maybe. And because you never know, there might be a trade that happens from now until the beginning of the draft, not even just on day one. So yeah, it'd be nice to have trades involved, but yeah, don't if you're looking at it going, oh no, this is crazy, like we said, don't worry. We know some of those quarterbacks ain't going to be dropping all the way down that low.
No, love it, love it. And if you guys do want to see us do a one with trades, definitely donate to us on our GoFundMe account. That way we get the PFF. Totally kidding though. But honestly, guys, if you do enjoy our content, as always, definitely you want to make sure give us a like, share it to all your other football friends, and again, definitely hit that subscribe button or that download button on the Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast. That way you're always connected when we do fun things like this. Be able to engage with us in the comment sections. But also, if you guys, I do want to ask you guys a question. Do you guys want us to watch the draft live with you guys? If so, definitely hit us up in the comment section saying, hey, do a live stream. And then we'll basically have all four of us on stream together in the draft. You'll be able to get our natural reaction to all the picks. We might be having people fall out their seats, might be crawling on the floor on some picks. So I definitely think it'll be fun. So if you definitely want to see that, definitely like this video and definitely put it in the comment section below. We do want to give a big shout out to all of our fans.
Fair warning, I may be polluted by the end of the first round. Fair
yeah, Sharp will be going from 6.8s to 14 percenters. We also have a comment in the comment section. Braden saying, who do you think will be trading in the first round? For me, New England will be trading in the first round for sure to get their quarterback. I think that will drop. And I think that would be either with the Panthers or the Broncos at 8 or 9, depending on where the quarterbacks fall. Definitely Atlanta is going to be trading out of the 4th spot. Again, depending on who's going to be taking that out of there. And we might see some little trades, whether people be trading from the 2nd, going back into the 1st to get key players that they really like.
I really don't think Pace can do another first-round trade. I really don't think he can do it.
No, I don't see Pace doing it either. But one of the couple things we might be seeing is those trades, or those little trades, like pick 16 for 14 type of thing. Those little trades just to maybe get the wide receiver they're looking for, or even just those pick slots where someone's going from 18 to 19 or vice versa kind of thing. So I think those deeper round picks, or we might see a little bit of draft swapping, and those will be like for 6th, 5th round picks, type of deals. So that's what I think. I don't know if you guys think the same thing or.
Yeah, it could happen. If you really like a guy that's 3 spots ahead, then I can see it happening.
Oh, for sure.
I think the Ravens pick late and they love picks. I can see them trading back, even out of the 1st round, picking up an extra 2nd round pick.
And I can see a team like the Washington football team too. If Mac Jones is there, like say if Trey Lance is gone, like say if the Patriots trade up, get Trey Lance, I can see the Washington football team making a big jump to get their quarterback for the future too, and like a Mac Jones type of thing.
Yeah, good call.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Awesome, guys. Well, again, everybody in the comment section that watches us live, post. We do see you guys liking our Facebook page. I believe, guys, we're at 250 on our Facebook page or 200. I know we reached one of the milestones just as late. So definitely want to just show our love to you guys. Thank you so much for supporting this podcast. It's super cool. It's a fun idea that we thought of, and we're just super shocked to see the love and support in this, the growth that we've already made in this short period of time. This is super fun. We love just doing this with you guys as the fans. And again, always just drop comments in the comment section, telling us what you guys want to see, right? We're definitely here for the fans. We definitely want to talk about things that are relevant to you guys. So if you guys want to hear more, more, whether it be more draft news, whether it be more who's our fancy hot takes, who do you think, or want to see who do you think is going to be in the playoffs next year, our early hot takes, definitely drop down in the comment section. Make sure you do follow us on all of our socials. Like I said, we're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and I think that's it. So definitely, and then of course YouTube there. So definitely follow us there. Again, converse with Cody, man. Cody's looking to have some interaction on Twitter. He wants to do some polls. He wants to stir up some beef and commotion. So definitely follow him on Twitter. Definitely interact with him there. But other than that, guys, this has been our 2021 NFL mock draft from the Pigskin Panel. Again, things can be changing. This is what we think without trades. Again, without trades. But until next time, this has been your host, AJ Lavner, with my brothers, Mike Sharp, Cody McGuire, and Joe Braga. Until next time, guys, catch you later. Peace out. Deuces.